Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is Irene with CBiz Media. We're going to chat a little bit as we do about love and relationships. Just a quick chat. Want to review 90 Day Fiance, and I've done reviews on our podcast. You can check us out on Spotify. The link is in the About Us section. You can also always go to our website to listen to our podcast episodes at cbiztvonline.com. We talk about all the things. Our theme is faith, love, and trends. So I want to talk about 90 Day Fiance, the current season, and just pull out a few standout couples for me. In this season, there's a lesbian couple, and there is a transgender male and a female couple. And then there's also a couple that is American versus, I believe, Muslim. If I do it by religious belief, maybe Christian versus Muslim. So all of these couples are kind of going through their own dramas, and especially the last one I mentioned, there's like a big clash between them. But with the lesbian couple, something that stands out for them is that one of the women in the couple has not told her parents, and she isn't really planning on telling them. She said it could be years before she tells them, even though she was proposed to by the other female in this relationship. So they're supposed to be getting married, but her parents don't know that she's a lesbian. So that's a whole drama right there in itself. Some secrecy going on, and maybe a little bit of insecurity on the part of the other partner, which feels that they're being kept a secret, even though they're going to the point of trying to marry this person. But it's going to be a secret marriage or something. I don't know how they're going to do that. And more coming up on that, of course, as the season continues. I also want to pull out the transgender male and female couple. And with them, we learned a lot about how transgender males become transgender males through the surgeries. And with this particular couple, the transgender male in the couple has gone through a series of surgeries, but is able to have some semblance when it comes to their male parts, reacting as traditional male parts. So we hear a lot about that and some of the breakthroughs and things they've done when it comes to transgender male assignment. I've heard in the past it's been very difficult to achieve that, and when you see this couple, it was very difficult for them, and they've gone through many surgeries to actually achieve this. But they've been a transgender male for 10 years. Now they have to tell the female in their life, her family, that they're really a transgender male. At this point, the family's already bonded with them. She has kids and everything. They bonded and they already know, but the parents don't know, and the parents are super traditional. So we're going to find out what happens with that. I think that's going to be an interesting reveal. In the last episode, the truth came out, and they were being honest and told the parents, but we don't know the parents' reaction yet. So we'll see in the upcoming episodes, and maybe we'll chat more about that. And finally, one of the couples that I like and kind of compels me, and I think they've been on 90 Day before. They've been married for some time, but their marriages was not working because of his Muslim beliefs and how she has to wear a hijab all the time. She has to wear a certain type of clothes, and she's more of a creative, a fashionista from America, and she just doesn't connect or relate to the style and the fashion, and she feels just very controlled when it comes to fashion and probably other elements, but the clothing is really what bothers her. She decided to convert to being a Muslim, but she didn't realize all of the different things that she would have to change and let go of. And I love the way she dresses. She has a lot of style. She does in America probably be considered dressed quite modestly. She's covered up completely, but she wears colorful and just cute outfits, and she almost has a model vibe, like with her look. But that doesn't cut it for the Muslim community. You have to wear the hijabs. You have to be covered to a great degree. He had an issue with her having on pants, and the pants, they weren't tight, but it was just the issue that she had on pants, and you could see the crotch area or something of that nature. And it just seems very detailed and very specific, and I'm not sure if I could completely understand how it's set up, but I do know that the women most of the time do wear dresses or long gowns all the time. So I didn't realize how detailed it was when it came to that. I've seen Muslim Americans that dress very stylish. In the American community, they still wear their hijab, they have the makeup, their face is beat. I've seen some very beautiful styles in the Muslim community, and I think that she was wanting to start her own fashion design in the Muslim area, or in that country where she's at, for Muslim women. But her ideas, they still think, are probably too far from their beliefs. So she may have to revamp and work on that. And she still does not want to put the hijab back on. She had issues wearing it in the beginning, and she wore it in the beginning of their relationship. But it became something between them that they just couldn't get over. So, and it's eye-opening to see the different customs and the different belief systems and how things are. I think he was talking with this uncle about how he's trying to get her to wear the custom clothing, and he says the uncle was basically saying, don't force anyone. We don't force anyone to follow what we do, but we just encourage them to follow it, and don't be forceful about it or anything of that nature. Also found out, as a Christian, she could have stayed a Christian. His uncle mentioned she could have stayed a Christian and they would not have tried to impose any of their beliefs on her, but because she chose to convert, now it's as if it's her duty to complete these customs and live in that way, which does make sense. But it just begs a question. You really have to look at all facets of your relationship and all areas and details, and even some of those things that seem to slip through the cracks that we don't talk about beforehand. And sometimes we just have those hearts in our eyes and we're just so in love, but we need to look at the reality of things before we take those steps. But I like 90 Day Fiancé just because it challenges your mindset when it comes to relationships, how far people will go to other countries to find love. And at times it would be like a trip they were out on and they find someone that they love, and sometimes they meet them online. It's different things, but it just shows how far some people will go for love if they feel that that's the love of their life. And sometimes you find out people are not really who you think they are, and they may not really be in it for love, which I've mentioned on our podcast talking about this show and other episodes as well. So it just shows you how sometimes people will go to the ends of the earth for love, but sometimes it's not really love. Language barriers and all of that, a lot going on when it comes to this show. It was very interesting, very entertaining, and it just adds an extra element besides your regular love story. And of course it's on TLC, so it's the Learning Channel. And we are learning about, when you're watching the show, you're learning about people's different customs, you're learning about people's sexualities, you're learning about the different medical things that they go through. You're learning a lot, but it's all wrapped in the package of love. And it's some drama, and it's some stuff that you can kind of talk about, and I don't know if I'll say rumor mill, but it's something definitely water cooler talk the next day at work, especially with the ladies, and we can do a little cackling, about these different things, and we can kind of learn lessons, and we can kind of say, I wouldn't do that, or we say, oh, I would do that for love. So that's my take on the current season of 90 Day, and we may be getting more into it and talking more about it in the future. Thanks for hanging out with me with this quick chat. This is Irene, CBiz Media. Talk to you next time.